Well, friends, here we are in Connecticut, and Zach just got a new car. It's the first step in the swap. We also brought Poppy. She is none too thrilled. Yeah. So Zach is signing paperwork now, and then we'll hit the road.
All right, guys. Currently driving home from Connecticut right now in the brand new project vehicle that we just picked up. So I guess I'll show you more once we stop, but it's a 2012 Audi A4 Avant. This is kind of special. We drove all the way to Connecticut to get it for a couple of reasons. The big one was price point. It was pretty reasonable for what it was. It's got really high miles, like 182,000, but that's all right. It's actually driving fine, aside from the check engine light that came on pretty much immediately after I pulled out of the dealership lot. So it's got the automatic 8-speed transmission, which is actually pretty nice. I've never driven one before, and I was expecting it to be pretty sluggish, but it shifts quickly. No complaints, actually. Like I would daily drive this as is, but we've got better plans for it. So check engine light on. We've got nav. The other cool feature is apparently whoever traded this in forgot to stop paying their Sirius XM subscription. So I don't know how long that'll last, but for now we have music, which is good, because Audi did not include an aux cable in this generation car, but we've got 100 stations of trash to enjoy for now.
Guys, I'm the best wife ever.
So it's here. We got a car. It needs a little polish and a little work, but we're gonna shine it right up.
Basically new.
Yeah. After months of planning this out, really years of wanting to do this, we finally decided to go for it. So I started trolling auctions and came across this car. It's a bit of backstory that maybe we'll go into later on how I actually found it. But I put in a bid on my birthday, and then the next day I got a call from someone at the brokerage saying, hey, you want a car, send us a bunch of money over wire transfer, and then we'll get your car to you. And here it is.
Yep.
Alright, so the plan on this project is to pull out the entire engine, drivetrain, including front and rear subframes, all the interior that makes it an S4, so the seats, the door panels, the alcantera, the dash, the steering wheel, obviously all the manual conversion components, and then we're going to put them into the Avant. So the first thing to do is start disassembling. We're going to get rid of most of the front end of the car. That's shared between the A4 and the S4, so we can just kind of scrap all the broken stuff and then use good stuff from the Avant. But right now I'm going to try and pull the battery out and then get that charged so we can at least unlock the windows and doors and all that stuff. So we got the 2012 S4. It's manual. It's got the 3-liter supercharged engine. This one was front end damage. Obviously it actually submarined under a guardrail. That's why the windshield got taken out in the way it did. So the front end's pretty crumpled, but the engine is still good, supposedly. We haven't started it yet. We'll definitely do that. A little bit of the supercharger cover got taken out in the hit when the hood dented in, but everything seems pretty decent so far. Alright, I've waited for this for like basically 2012 when the Avants were around. So let's get started.
And just like that, the piles have begun.
A couple things that worry me. I've found an oil drain plug and a coolant drain plug in the car so far.
Zach got the battery out, so I stuck it on the trickle charger, so hopefully we'll be able to start this thing up and just confirm that the engine works.
We got the whole front end off. Went pretty quickly, which was great. Some stuff got broken off over here. There's like a pulley idler that snapped off. little bit of rust. These tubes, I'm not exactly sure what they go to. I think they're the water tubes from the air-to-water intercooler in the supercharger. One of them is really smashed up down at the bottom, and then the other one's got a dent over here. So we're gonna need to find some replacements for those. We'll probably do some service stuff while it's out too, like the water pump, but I don't know. Next up, I guess we could try and check to see if it's got oil still, and then see if it'll start. This car's actually got the ECS dipstick, which is cool. Appears to be overfilled with oil. It's decent, I guess. It's better than no oil.
Battery's going back in. So there's like
A foot of water.
Yeah, which is difficult to tell because it's rather dark over here, but yeah, not great. So we're gonna plop the battery back in and then try and start it and see if the engine works. And if it doesn't, then I guess we'll cry. So we let it trickle charge for a little bit, and Zach is also gonna hook up the little jump starter that we have.
Alright.
Is it throwing any codes?
All the codes? Yeah, ABS fault, parking brake fault, every malfunction there is, battery. You know how it is. But hey.
So just standard Audi stuff, huh?
But it started right up.
That's good.
Yeah, I forgot that, like, it's missing. Oh, yeah, so it's missing the supercharger belt. I guess that's not super important. And then, yeah, so it's not that bad. Cool.
So at least it wasn't a total flop.
Yeah.
At this point, we spilled quite a bit of coolant. Put down some of that kitty litter stuff to sop it up. We'll see what other fluids we can spill.
All right, that's pretty much it for tonight. We got a late start just because, you know, day to day.
Work.
So, yeah. We didn't get too much done, but we got the front end off. We kind of assessed the state. We got it to start, which was great. Fired right up first try. Really happy about that. So next up, we're gonna look into getting the engine out. That's kind of the big goal right now. Just figuring out everything that we need to disconnect. It's definitely a little bit more complicated than the truck. So we're gonna find all the wires we need to disconnect, hoses and all that. Maybe find the user manual, the like shop manual for the car. Get the engine out, and then we'll be ready to party. We'll put it in the truck. S4 truck swap.